we are in bad shape. Again, somebody come here and hashtag save Dolton. Save Dolton.
As a board member, we recognize that this also comes with a lot of potential liability or cost to the residents of Dolton. The 4 board members present, I'm saying this just to make sure we have it as a matter of record. The 4 members present were not on the trip in Las Vegas, so no, this is just a matter of record. I'm serious because I think these are scathing and serious allegations.
What? Good, everybody. It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Dima, Inspector Gadget Music. So, guys, imagine that you lived in one place for a long time. And we all know that we hate moving from a place that we love because it's just memories behind the place, but you have to move. You're going to a new place, leaving your old residence, but sometimes it's a pain because now you gotta let your credit card companies, the motor vehicles, everybody to send your bills to your new address. And you might do it for most of them, but sometimes you can forget. And when you forget, you're being sent a bill, and that bill is accumulating. One day you check your credit and boom, there's a bill for like $20,000. And you're like, God damn, like, where's this bill coming from? It's like, oh, well, you no longer live at that address, and so you didn't know you had that bill. Well, maybe you can somehow figure out how to pay it and get that removed off your credit as an individual. But imagine that you were a business and that happened. Stop the show. Imagine that you were an entire city. This is exactly what's happening to Dolton. Now, it's not the same exact situation, but in their case, it's similar. You see, they know that they have the bills that are coming in, but they don't know how much money they have. They don't have access to the records or to the spending. So what's happening is they're getting bill after bill after bill, and they don't know how to typically deal with it. So now what they're doing is they're going to ask the state of Illinois to come in and rectify it. And so I want to talk about what the trustees are going to talk about today. They're all going to clap back at this special board meeting. And what I'd like to do is to play each and every person's experience with this, and then we're going to come back. Let's start off with Jason House.
There's just a discussion and an ask that from the board that we direct our legislative attorney, Alderson Sturk, Murphy, Frazier, McGrath, to seek assistance from the Illinois General Attorney under the Financially Distressed City Law. The reason for this discussion is that at this time, of course, we are still not receiving financials. We have the court ruling that it's still going to take us a little bit of time. But overall, we are still getting a lot of past due notifications sent to us on bills with no communication and no response from the administration on what's happening. We feel that if this has been passed before one time that I'm aware of in East St. Louis, and really it would call for the state to set up, let me make sure I'm getting the proper term here. They will be setting up a Dolton Financial Advisory Authority, which will be overseen at the state level to monitor and make sure that the proper bills that are coming in are received, are voted on, and get paid. And I'm talking about bills that we feel are critical: our workers' compensation insurance bill, our police vehicle bills. We want to make sure all the bills that should be getting paid are being presented to the board and being voted. And at this time, that level of transparency has not been afforded to the board.
Well, as you can hear there, he's like, listen, I'm trying to get these people to state level. It happened one time in East St. Louis. Stop the show. You know, East St. Louis. It's right outside of St. Louis, Missouri. So it's a bad place. Gunshots! Shout out to East St. Louis. So he's trying to get the state involved in trying to get the records into the funds and, you know, to find out how they can pay these bills. Okay? This is really, 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 really bad. But the next person that we're going to go to is Tammy Brown.
Just listening to a conversation today where a vendor called Trustee Belcher, when they're seeking $14,000, $13,000, $17,000, this is little money. What about the big money that we haven't paid? There are some vendors out there that we owe hundreds of thousands of dollars to that we're not paying. We got people calling us for $14,000. We got people calling us for the flashing stop signs. So I guess they'll be taken out of the ground maybe next month if they don't get their $17,000. These are little bitty things that people are calling us with, but they did the work. They need to be compensated. These people provided services to the village and they're not getting paid. When we talk about months, 9 months ago, 7 months ago, 6 months ago, people are not being paid. So if you're not paying the bills, then what are you paying? And these bills were approved by the board months ago. I just look at it as this, and you know, this is me saying this. If you're not paying the bills, then maybe you're making payroll. If you can't make payroll, then you'll pay the bills. So it's something here, the reason why we're not paying bills, because we got to make payroll. Let's come to a point where it says, hey, the bag is empty, guys. The bag is empty. The 6.9 million been coming for 8 months, and it still hasn't gotten here yet. The bag is empty. When we can't pay $14,000, the bag is empty, guys. And she said before, and I would say, my granddad used to say, we're in a mighty bad way here. And when a person don't show you the money, it's a problem. It's a problem for all of us when we can't see where our tax dollars, when we can't see them and see how they're being spent. That's a problem. We got a big problem here. And definitely, you know, everybody's on social media, the news. Somebody has to step in. And as Britney said, who's going to save us? Somebody has to save Dolton. You see the residents out here monthly. You see the trustees. We're here. We're begging for someone to come out here and save Dolton. You know, taxes going up. She just had a referendum what to raise your taxes. Who wants to keep putting money in a bag that you say you got, the bag is full? You're steady asking for our dollars, but you're not spending them the right way that it should be spent on this village. Again, somebody come here and hashtag save Dolton. Save Dolton. Save Dolton. Save Dolton.
Now, Tammy Brown is pretty much saying the same thing. Like, hey, we have like thousands of dollars of people that were not paying, you know, stuff like that. And it's incredible, right? Let's go to Trustee Britney Norwood, see what she has to say.
I just want to state that I am in agreement with this because for the last few months, we've been begging for the financials, right? In every meeting, we hear the same thing. They have the information, and the information have yet to be put on that jumbotron. So hopefully, with the court's ruling, or with this being put in place, they will either put it on a jumbotron or email it to us and provide it to us so that we can provide it to the residents, because we hear you when you all ask us questions regarding the financials, and we love to provide you with the information. So look for the jumbotron next meeting. Hopefully they put the information on there for us.
Give her a round of applause. Now, Trustee Norwood is saying the same thing, like, hey, the lady's always talking about do your research, but hey, where's the research? We don't see it. So now we gotta force her to put these documents out there on the wall when Tiffany Henyard doesn't want to ever do it. She's always blaming the trustees for holding up stuff in the office. Isn't that what she told Roland Martin in this clip?
You have other trustees who suggested that the city is in a deficit. What is the state of the city's finances?
So we are in a deficit, but it's not what everybody's claiming it to be. They're going around with false allegations of $5 million, $7 million, $8 million. It's all false. Our deficit is $2 million.
$2 million.
$2 million.
And what's your annual budget?
Our annual budget is $30 million.
$3 million? $30 million.
Yep.
And so what led to that deficit?
So it comes from them not paying bills. So say, for instance, we have a board meeting and they say, well, we're going to pull this out, pull that out. If they continue to pull bills out, later on, what do you have? A deficit, because the bills still due. Just like us not paying our mortgage or not paying our light bill. We still owe the money at the end of the month.
When you say they, who's they?
The trustees, the board. Because the board is the one that votes to pay the bills.
Oh, yes. But let's go to Trustee Kiana Belcher.
I just want to reiterate to everyone, we are in bad shape. And as 4 of us sit up here to say that we're asking for help from the Illinois General Assembly to come in to make somebody give us documents that we are entitled to make financial decisions of a community is really sad. For us to have to beg to try to see if an audit has been done, which we know that if it has been done, it should have came across the board to see it. We can only say as of September of 2023 where we were. We're in March of 2024. We have no idea how much debt we're really in. But to see every day emails come to us saying, you're 7 months past due, you're 5 months past through, you're 6 months past due, makes us realize that no one is sitting here doing what they're supposed to do in reference to maintaining the finances of the village of Dolton. And that is bad. You pay for what you want to pay for, but not things that you've incurred bills for that these people are. And I said this at the last board meeting when one of the department heads said something. We had a lady there asking us for $500 from 5 months ago. $500. That lets you know what type of financial situation we're in. And the person that's overseeing it, that should be giving us, I'm even say the finance committee man, chairperson, Stan Brown. I'm gonna put him on blast right now because it makes no sense that we have to ask an outside entity to come in and try to clean up our house. So I am in total support of this and whatever legal remedy we need to do to move it faster, because y'all, it's always saying we go to the courts, and we shouldn't have to go to the courts, but when you have someone that totally disregards the law, then this is what we're left to do.
Yes. Shout out to Trustee Kiana Belcher. Give her a round of applause. What is she saying? We are in bad shape, right? We're in terrible, terrible shape. And I want to qualify this by saying something that is very, 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 very true. Whenever you have an idiot as your leader, you're always in bad shape, okay? Now, here's something that I got to be critical of the trustee board. They saw these outbursts when she was a trustee like them. Let me go ahead on and play a clip just so that you can get familiar.
That's all you want.
Right.
Cut yourself.
Right. Can we pass on this? Sure we can.
No, I'm not saying.
Yeah.
You would be quiet and listen to what I'm saying. You would have heard my statement that I just said.
We're going to ask for a motion.
Okay, well, I got a comment. Well, now don't take the roll call just because you want to be quiet now.
No.
And we can override you.
Okay. You're out of order, trustee.
They can leave. They can leave.
$236,000.
And that's the problem.
Pay attention. Wake up, resident.
All right. Anyone who has seen this about Tiffany Henyard, it is obvious that this lady was ghetto. She was hood, okay? She was everything but a decent person. She was a trustee for 8 years. How did y'all think that she was not gonna change? She had all kind of scamming allegations. I found out that she was a slum landlord using the City of Dolton for $36,000, took out a loan on the house, didn't pay the house loan. The house went into foreclosure. It was all on CBS Chicago. How did you guys not know? And I mean, I'm sure that, these are nice people and really care about the community. And maybe they didn't want to be mayor, or maybe they didn't have anybody to stand in the gap. But it looks so bad. And hopefully this is a lesson learned that you can't get people up there who can't read and write, because Tiffany Henyard can't even speak English. I'm just, and I'm hood too, and I mispronounce things. But Tiffany Henyard is not a smart lady. She's highly uneducated. She's not accomplished. And if that was the best that Dolton had, it really, really scares me to what your potential is in the future. It is scary to think about that. If that is your best opportunity, or if it was one of your best opportunities and that person won, good luck, good night. Your city has no chance of doing anything in the future. And this hasn't been the first time about Dolton. If you go and look, they were having problems in the 80s, in the 90s, in the 2000s. Like this supersedes Tiffany Henyard. It was a problem with Riley Rogers. He had all kind of issues, not as much as her, but misspending the town's money when he's out of town, things like that. Okay. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy Shady Jackson back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Put your fire, you just heard the bell. We're out.